Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are Lover Toy Pops 4, and of course we are a toy poodle channel. Actually, we have emotional support dogs. They're toy apricot poodles, and we do a lot of videos with puppies, but we do talk a lot about mental health. So today we'll be focusing our conversation on mental health. We're trying to do a series. We have done one on anxiety, and we're focusing on anxiety. So today we'll be focusing our conversation around stressors and triggers. Basically, how can we help ourselves? How can we help ourselves through this tough time? This time of year, especially being the holiday season, I wanted to focus on this topic because a lot of our young friends, we have a lot of little friends that maybe are experiencing some emotions and some feelings and might not even know what's happening to them. So hopefully, and even some grown-ups, there's lots of grown-ups out there that experience these kinds of feelings, but because they're new to them, they'll try to pass it off, right? And not deal with it. And so this is for grown-ups as well, just to say, hey, we need to take a breather and do some self-love. I do have my art kit out, and I do have the book out. I normally deal with anxiety and stress and these kinds of emotions. I kind of would get a bunch of colors. And I would get my blank paper, and whatever comes out, comes out. I don't know what I'll be drawing today. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to draw, but I wanted to focus a little bit more on the conversation of how can we help ourselves with anxiety? How do we help ourselves when we're having like an anxiety attack? The first thing I'd say, guys, is grab a notebook and a pen or a pencil or something. Start taking notes for yourself. Start taking notes. We realized that in the process of making these videos and doing research, because we did do a lot of research, like we're by no means are we a doctor. By no means are we a doctor. We are not a doctor. We are just real life people that have real life experiences. And through my experiences, I know that what I'm telling you can help at least one person. And if it can help at least one person to maybe help someone through an anxiety attack, because we're going to also give you some tips on how can you help someone that's maybe experiencing an anxiety attack in front of you. How can you support them? How can you help them? We're going to give you some tips on how you can do that. But we're going to focus on maybe first, if you are experiencing these emotions, how can you help yourself? The first thing I would suggest, like I just said, would be start a journal. Get a book. Like I have a visual journal, and I also do a writing journal. I'll do writing. Like I have stuff that I write, and then I have stuff that I draw. Everyone gets their emotions out differently. Even if, like, right now, I kind of thought I knew what I wanted to do, but the way it's going, I think I'm going to start by scribbling. Yeah, because it's very therapeutic for me. Just start by scribbling, whatever, I'm just going to scribble some stuff, because whatever. If I feel like scribbling, I'll scribble. If I don't, I don't, right? I have the marker and I have the paper. That color's not really doing it for me, so I might grab another color, So let's get back to the topic at hand. Knowing your triggers. Knowing your triggers are very helpful when you're trying to understand what is happening and why your body is reacting this way. Because remember, we said an anxiety attack is when your body goes into shock, right? Your body goes into shock and it just shuts down. Your heart's beating 1,000,000 miles per hour. You're overheating. You're turned into cement, right? That's an anxiety attack. But knowing your triggers are very helpful when you're trying to understand, right? When you've already had an anxiety attack, You've already experienced something really weird, and now you want to know, you want to learn. That's what we're here for. We're just trying to make you understand. Listen, this is what is happening, and this is why it's happening. This is why it's happening. If you find that this could be helpful information, listen. We just want you to listen. If you think that your body has been experiencing some things and you don't know what's going on, just keep listening to the video. I promise you we're going to be able to help you understand maybe a little bit of what's happening. It might not be this, but at least you can check this one off the list, right? It might be this, and you might be like, whoa, that's me. Is that what it is? I have anxiety? Whoa, how can I help myself? Listen, we're going to teach you in this video how you can help yourself, okay? Our first advice would be, again, to start a journal. This is important. Even if you're taking notes now, that's important, right? Because you're writing some stuff down that maybe might be important to you in the future. You know you might need to go back to it. So write a journal, right? Write down when you're going to start with writing down when your anxiety is more noticeable, right? When do you notice your anxiety? When do you notice it happening, right? Write that down. Write it down, because you're going to start trying to figure out what's happening to you. So you're going to start taking notes, right? You're going to start by writing down. I might add another color in here just to kind of like, I don't know, that's how I'm feeling. Very like not demure. You know, it's just, I need this information to get out there, because we can help at least one person, right? We can help at least one person try to understand what is happening to them, and they can become a little stronger. That's a very important message to me. So I want you guys to listen, okay? Because some anxiety can be difficult to identify, right? Some anxiety can be difficult to identify because it has so many different stages, right? It might be difficult to say, yo, because that's happening to me, that could be anxiety, right? It happens in so many little different ways that you might not know, but just keep listening, okay? It could be anything. Some anxiety can be difficult to identify. So be patient with yourself. Be patient. You're not going to figure this out overnight. Not just because I'm telling you this right now, you're going to be like, whoa, I got this. I got it. Now I know what's happening. Now I know how to help myself. No, it's not going to get fixed just like that, guys. It's going to take time. I'm telling you stuff that I've learned over years and years and years. Right? It's going to take time. Be patient with yourself. That's very important. To be patient with yourself. The most important thing is you're making an effort. You're listening to this video. You're listening to this video. That's important. That's you wanting to help yourself. So just be patient. It's going to come in little baby steps. You've already put yourself in places that's safe, that's maybe resourceful, that's maybe helpful. So you're already trying to help yourself. Be proud of yourself, okay? Baby steps, one little step at a time, okay? Listening to this video, and even if you have to listen to it over and over again, I'm trying to give it in the most simplest terms that anybody can understand. I'm not using big words. I'm not trying to be smart. I'm trying to help someone to realize, hey, you can help yourself too. You can be a strong person too. It doesn't have to be about a visual, this video, because normally I'm doing something, right? It doesn't have to be about a visual. If it can be an audio, and you guys can just play and listen and do something, I would love that. I would love if you can just play and listen, because I took notes, and I would like to concentrate on the notes because the notes are important to me. I thought about the message I wanted to give, And I put a lot of thought and effort into this. So if you can just play it and listen, hopefully I'm not like ASMRing too much and you guys can understand, but I'm going to try to stick to the topic and just go through it. Again, we're trying to see how do we help ourselves when we are having anxiety. That's what this whole video is about. How do we help ourselves when we're having anxiety? The first thing was knowing your triggers are very helpful, right? So knowing what triggers you and knowing what if you get stressed out, what your stressors are. So those two topics we're going to be focusing on, what your triggers are and if you have stress, okay? If you can identify your major stressors, this could be like anything, right? Everybody's different. This could be anything. But if you can identify your major stressors or your triggers, right? This is going to be the most important thing in what's going to help you. You might even want to reflect back on past experiences, right? Because guess what triggers are? Guess what triggers are? Do you guys know what triggers are? Triggers are past experiences, right? Trigger is past experiences that we have not been able to deal with, and so we lock it up. And then a trigger is something that happens in life, and it could be anything. Anything. Anything can trigger you. And trigger means that your mind was now triggered into an emotion that it did not want to feel. That's what a trigger is. A trigger is that something happened, an experience. You just experienced something. It could be as simple as scrolling through YouTube and seeing a video and you were triggered. It could be that you were going to go eat something and a scent, you smelled something and then you were triggered. A trigger is something that's a past experience, right? It's a past experience that you have locked away, nice and safe, you locked it away all the way back there. You don't even remember about it. But something happened and you were triggered. It triggered an emotion that you did not want to feel. But you lock it, you're like, hey, I don't want to feel that, so I'm going to put it back over there. I wasn't triggered. Yes, you were triggered. And it's not going away until you deal with it, right? That's the reality of it. But you don't know what they are until you start taking notes, right? So grab a book and start writing some notes. This is what stress is. Stress could be a trigger as well. You could simply get stressed easily, which could lead to you being overwhelmed, which could lead to you having an anxiety attack, right? Just by having stress. You could just have stress. It could be a job. It could be going to school. It could be dealing with a certain teacher. It could be dealing with a certain peer or student or worker, or it could be anything. It could be the drive to work. It could be a person you might pass on the way, right? In a certain predicament or situation and you were triggered. Anything can trigger you. A trigger is a past emotion that you locked up and that you didn't want to feel, and now it came back and you don't know how to deal with it. And then you're going to lock it back up again. So it's in there in the subconscious. It's there. You didn't put it anywhere because you never dealt with it. There's no peace in that. It's still there, and it's still going to keep festering and festering until one day your body cannot take it anymore. Your body has gotten so tense it can't take it anymore that you end up with an anxiety attack. So helping yourself along the way, guys, is the key to stopping that from happening, because that is the most scariest thing a person can experience, is having a full-blown anxiety attack. It's the most petrifying feeling thing that you can, and we're going to teach you. If you're with somebody who is experiencing an anxiety attack, I'm going to tell you how you help them through it. We're going to end with that one. I'm going to tell you how you help them through it, because there's a way that you can help them through it, okay? How do you know if you're stressed? These are some tips that you can check off and see, like, hey, do I get stressed? Like, how do I even know what stress is, right? We're going to tell you. You might have Sleeping problems. You might not be able to keep a sleeping pattern. Tonight you're going to sleep at 6 and tomorrow at 7 and the next day at 12 and the next day at 2. You don't have a proper sleeping pattern. If you don't have a proper sleeping pattern, you're going to be stressed out. You're going to be edgy. You're going to be moody, right? That is stress right there. If you're stressed out, you might not feel hungry. You might not feel hungry. You might be a person that likes to eat, but all of a sudden you're not feeling hungry all the time. You're losing your appetite. If you're losing your appetite, you're stressed out. You might have difficulty concentrating on one thing, like watching a movie, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to watch that one. I'm going to watch this one. Like scrolling on YouTube. Scroll. I'm going to listen for a little bit. Scroll. Yeah, you're stressed out. You're stressed out. You might have anxiety. This is stress. Stress causes anxiety. You can't calm down. You can't calm the mind down. The body is trying so hard to keep up. Anxiety right there, okay? You might feel irritable all the time. You might just get mad at everybody that comes around you. You're just moody. Everybody comes around you, you're moody. That's stress right there. You're stressed out. You might have low self-esteem. So anything anybody says, you take it as a reflection on you, right? Even though they don't mean it, they're not saying anything mean to you. They're just, anything anybody says is a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of you. Anything that comes out of anyone's mouth is a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of you. What comes out of your mouth is a reflection of you. Only what comes out of your mouth is a reflection of you. Whatever anyone else says about you, it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of that person. So don't make that affect us. Sticks and stones may hurt your bones. Words, they hurt. Yes. But when you build your self-esteem back up, those words don't mean anything because that's a reflection of that person. You know, I'm like rubber and you're like glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you because that's a reflection of the person. That's not a reflection of you. Okay? So don't let what other people say to you bring you down. That's not on you. That's on them. Right? Building your self-esteem back up. But if you have low self-esteem, you're stressed out. You constantly worry. You're worrying about everything. You're stressed out. Everything's a worry. Whatever's going on with that person worries you. Whatever's going on with that guy worries you. Everything worries you except you. You don't worry you. Hello, you need to deal with your stressors and your triggers so that you don't get an anxiety attack again, right? A common one is you'll lose your temper more often than not. You're just upset all the time. That's a common one. You're just upset with everyone and everything, and you're upset all the time. You have stress going to lead into anxiety, okay? You need to stop worrying about everything. It's hard to do, but when you realize it about yourself, it becomes an easy thing to do. Realizing. Take notes, guys. I hope you're taking notes. And listen, you can replay the video and you can take these pointers again. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, okay? And if you haven't yet, you can do a super thanks. Show us we're on the right path, guys. We're going to help somebody today, okay? So if you're getting angry all the time and everything upsets you, you're stressed out, okay? Simple things you can do to relieve anxious thoughts, right? What can you do to relieve all these anxious thoughts, right? Because you can. The mental affects the physical. Do we understand that? The mental, if you're thinking it, it's going to affect your physical body, right? So there's certain things we can do to kind of help ourselves from this. One of them is really easy. Reduce your caffeine intake. Yeah, coffee, right? If you stop drinking coffee, the anxiousness will slow down a little bit. So reduce your caffeine intake. Water is really good for you, right? It hydrates your body as well. It hydrates your body and it gets rid of toxins, right? It filters your body. Water filters your body. Caffeine poisons your body, right? So reduce your caffeine intake. It could be coffee, pop, tea, kind of things like this, right? Reduce your caffeine intake and drink more water. It's a factual thing. It helps. So try it. Do it. You don't have to like water. Just try doing it. It helps. Do exercise. Do exercise. Something simple as walking, right? Just walking. Just find a a time of the day, and do a little, like, start off with like a 2-minute walk or a 5-minute walk, and then make it a 10-minute walk, and it'll grow because you're going to like the way it makes you feel. When you exercise, it raises your serotonin level. That's what happens when you exercise. It raises, and that is the chemical that is missing from your body. It's serotonin. When you don't have enough serotonin, listen, this is why it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You just don't have enough serotonin in your body. Your body is lacking a chemical that's making your mind do weird things, think weird thoughts, because you're lacking the serotonin. And the certain chemical that the body needs to have 50-50, right? Being able to control your thoughts, and your 50-50, you can manage your emotions and thoughts and things like this. But when your body has 60 of this and 40 of this, or 70 of this and 30 of this, it's a battle every day, guys. Don't blame yourself, okay? But when you exercise, you can increase that. It's not going to fix it. It's not 100% that it's going to fix it. And again, I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm not. But does this stuff work? It works. It's called self-help. Self-help tools. Taking notes for yourself, that's a self-help too. That's you wanting to help yourself. Taking notes is you watching this video is you wanting to help yourself. You watching this video, simply watching this video, you're already on the right track, okay, guys? You're already on the right track. Do some exercise. Increase your serotonin level, right? It automatically improves your mood when you exercise. Automatically, it improves your mood. It's a factual thing. It automatically, because you're raising your serotonin level, so it puts, you want to go have ice cream right after you've exercised. It feels like that. That's what it feels like. Listen to music, guys. Do something therapeutic, right? For some of us, it might be just listening to the water outside the lake. If you're not lucky enough to have a lake, if we're living in hustle bustle city, guys, that's stressful. If you live in a city with it's a sensory, your sensory, these things are, it's happening. You're hearing the fire truck and the ambulance and all these kinds of things are sensory. It'll stress you out. So find a happy place, go by the lake, do bird watching, watch the squirrels outside, listen to the wind. If you're in a place you can do that. Like, these nature things are beautiful for calming you down. But if you don't have any of that and you are in the city and there's no escape, it feels like, listen, there's escape in music. There is escape in music. Put on your favorite and just listen to it. Lyrics are therapeutic. Music is therapeutic. Do your thing. It'll automatically trick the mind. That's a tool. That's a tool. Yes, that's a self-help tool. That's something that you're doing to help yourself. Play some music and dance and sing and do what you got to do, because you're trying to help yourself get out of that funk and feel better, okay? It's very therapeutic, and what it does is it tricks the mind. It tricks the mind. Guys, we're doing a great job. I feel like I'm getting all my information that I wanted to get to you. I feel that you guys are hearing it. If you haven't smashed the subscribe button yet, hello, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Smash the subscribe button, okay? And if you're liking the content, please smash the like button. It's the thumbs up at the bottom. Smash the thumbs up button, okay? And we encourage you to do a super thanks. Yes, all of it is going to good cause. It's going right back to the puppies. The puppies don't have a voice. I am their voice. And my puppies have taught me all these tools, and they have given me all this magic, and I want to give some back to you. And my puppies don't know how to speak, but I do, and I will advocate for them. I am advocating for my poodles, and I'm wanting you guys. They can't help every single person out there, but they've helped me. But I told them, guys, we can help someone else out there. We can. Puppy Mommy will talk for you. I will tell them what you guys want me to tell them. And I'm giving you this message. So please, guys, we would love a super thanks. It goes back to supporting our poodles. We have 4 of them and it's very expensive. But with your help and your love and support, they're going to have the most amazing Christmas ever. Let's get back to, that was my commercial. Let's get back to the conversation on hand. I hope you guys are feeling a little bit hopeful. If my message today can do one thing, if it can give you some hope, then I've done my job today with this video, okay? Listen, another thing that you can do to help yourself is like some yoga and some meditation. Yeah, it sounds like I used to think like, what? I can't do yoga and I don't know how to meditate. Like I have ADHD. I can't even concentrate. Listen, it sounds like big words, yoga and meditation. It sounds so serious, right? But it's not. It's not. It can come in the simple form of just learning some breathing techniques. Yeah, that's it. Just learning some breathing, like not just like take a deep breath in and out, in and out. When you do breathing with intent, when you're doing a breathing technique like with an intent behind it, I'm breathing this way because I want this result. Magical, guys, magical. So taking up some like yoga or meditation in the form of, this is for beginners, okay? This is for the starters. Just learn one breathing technique for yourself. I challenge you to learn one breathing technique for yourself. Listen, YouTube is a vast platform of information, right? Platform of information. There's information all over the place. If you want to learn a breathing technique, I actually have a friend. There's a channel, just a yogi doing burpees in his basement, and he gives breathing techniques for like free, guys. We would love for you to check out that channel because learning a breathing technique for yourself is magical. The work that you, the motivation that it'll give you to know that you can actually help yourself is very beneficial. So learning a breathing technique is a great way of helping yourself. Visualization is another one. Visualization techniques like going outside, right? For example, like just going outside and just looking at the trees or at the snow or at the lake or at that bird or at that squirrel or at that raccoon. Instead of chasing it away, just look at it. Just check it out. What's it doing, right? Enjoy the moment. Live in the moment. Stop denying yourself moments, okay? Live in the moment. Visualization is a very amazing technique of helping yourself. Just taking yourself out of a situation and putting yourself visually in, like giving yourself a visual. So if you have to open the front door and just get in just a minute of it or 2 seconds of it, or if you have to go and look at the dogs or your pets or your cats or your your ferrets or your bunny rabbits, whatever you got to do, a happy place, you take yourself and you do that. That's you helping yourself. And the last one would be, listen, do not negotiate with yourself. Don't. If you're like, I'll do that in a minute. Like, I really want to go see my bunny rabbit, but I'm like, oh, I'll do it in 2 seconds. No, don't negotiate with yourself. Don't. Just do it. If your mind is trying to take over, it's trying to be the winner. But you're going to be the winner, not the negative. You are going to be the winner, not the negative, okay? Don't negotiate with yourself and do not procrastinate. Don't put it off for another minute. Do it now, okay? Listen, we're almost there, guys. We have another little bit to go. How could you handle stress and anxiety? How? We already talked a little bit about it, right? Exercise and eat healthy, right? Eating healthy is very important, not just because of weight, but for your mental being. Eating healthy is very important. Have regular meals. Try to stick to a sleep pattern or routine and make sure you are getting enough sleep. Avoid caffeine and pop and try to identify and challenge your negative thoughts, right? So taking notes is really important because then you get to know what your negative thoughts are and you get to know how to help yourself. You just reverse it. If it says you're lazy, you say, no, I'm not. That's what helping yourself is. If it says you're lazy, you say, no, I'm not. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it. What can you do? What can you do to calm your anxiety right away? Right? What can you do to try to calm your anxiety right away? Try talking to someone about your feelings. If you don't have a safe person, call a crisis line. Just get it out of your body, right? Tell someone how you're feeling, right? Before you get into a huge anxiety attack, try talking to someone about your feelings. And if you don't have a safe person that you can call, there's lots and lots of crisis lines that you can call. And if you still don't feel safe to call a crisis line, get that notebook open and start writing on paper what you are feeling. Start writing on the paper what you're feeling. Get it out of your body. Purge those feelings. Get it out. Put it on paper. If it looks like this, put it like this. Make scribbles. Do what you got to do. But purge those feelings. Purge those bad emotions as simply as we are purging. We are purging. It's coming out from the body and going onto the paper, and it's transferring. We're transferring it to there, guys. Listen, why do we have anxiety attacks and why? This is it, guys. It's plain, simple terms. Why do we have anxiety and why? And I might sound, a lot of people say you're so straight to the point. You're very blunt. And we are, because that's what it is. You got to just listen. You might not be ready for it, but if you're ready for it, it will make sense to you. Okay? If you're ready for it, this will make sense to you. Listen, anxiety is your body trying to alert you of unresolved conflicts or trauma that you've had in your life. Anxiety is your body trying to alert you of unresolved conflicts or trauma that you have experienced in your life. Symptoms of anxiety can be managed. Yeah, there's a good side to it. Symptoms of anxiety can be managed, and you can find a way to live more calm and confident. And guess what? The key word is happy. You can learn to live more calm, confident, and happy. The good thing is to remember mental health is your mind tricking you. That's what it is. Mental health is your mind playing tricks on you 24 hours a day. If you reverse all the negative thoughts, which is a feat, it's a big thing to do. But if you can do that for yourself, you can reverse all the negative thoughts. It's the key to a safe mental health space. And we say all the time, we're braggers. We are braggers. We are braggers because we need to be braggers. We are reversing everything, but we do it on steroids. Because that's how much we're fighting for ourselves, right? A lot of people might say, you're a bragger, you're a show-off. Listen, call me what you want to call me, but I'm mentally safe, and I know I'm not. I know I'm not a bragger. I know I'm not a show-off. I know that I'm thankful. I know that I'm appreciative. Thank you. Super thanks. Super thanks. Subscribe, like, and comment. We are very thankful, but you do what you have to do to stay in a mentally safe place. And guess what? We're in a mental safe place, so we're happy. Yeah, we're happy. This is the formula, okay? We've kind of come up with a little bit of a formula, right? Or I'm going to try to call it a formula, okay? What are triggers, right? Let's write this down. What are triggers? Triggers are, or it is something that you have either witnessed something or you've experienced something, right? A trigger is something that you have either witnessed or experienced that triggered an emotion in you that you are triggered to remember something that you locked away for a reason. You locked something away for a reason, and then it triggered that emotion and that memory and that feeling. And nothing you can do will take it away until you resolve that emotion, right? Plain and simple. But we can do it. We can do it together. And you're not doing it alone. We're watching this video, so we are doing it together, okay? Once you're triggered, you will start to shut down. You'll need to be alone to process all those feelings. So you're going to start to isolate and be angry and be upset and not want to eat. And you're just like all the stress, all those things that we talked about. You're going to start experiencing all those things because you've been triggered. You have been triggered. So once all these things start happening, you start not wanting to eat. You can't sleep properly. These are symptoms. They're symptoms that you can manage. You will be able to manage it, my friends, because you're going to realize what is happening. You're taking notes, right? You're going to know, right? Once you're triggered, you will start to shut down. You will need to be alone to process all those feelings that's going on. So you're going to start to isolate and lock up and go through all those bad emotions until you have an anxiety attack, right? Until you have an anxiety attack. But we're going to try to help ourselves before an anxiety attack happens. I hope I was helpful. I hope I gave you enough information. I hope I was passionate enough for you to know. Listen, when you've done something and it works for you, then you become the biggest salesperson for that. And I'm the biggest salesperson to what I'm selling to you guys, because this is actually stuff that works. It works. If you want to work on yourself, open yourself up to wanting to work and try to help yourself, okay? Listen, if we are with someone that is having an anxiety attack or a panic attack, I'll even say, if we are with someone and they are having, we're going to close with this one, okay? Because this is very important. I thought this was really important. If we're with someone that's having a panic attack or an anxiety attack, how can we help them? How can we help that person that's having that panic attack, an anxiety attack? The first one is be patient. Okay? The first one would be patient with that person, because listen, this is out of their control. It's out of their control. They can't control what's happening to them. Okay? So be patient. That's all you can do, is just be patient. And listen, do not touch the person. Do not try to touch the person while they're having an anxiety attack or a panic attack. Don't try to touch them. Their body is in fear mode. Not their mind, their body is in fear mode. Don't try to touch them. Give them their space, right? Don't try to touch them. Give them their space. And use words of encouragement. You can do this. You're going to be okay. I'm here with you. You're going to be just fine. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. I am here with you. Your body is just going through something right now. It's going to be okay in a little bit. Just try to calm down, right? Try to breathe. Give them tools. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe with me. Don't try to touch them. Don't try to touch them. Breathe with me. We can do this together. Give them their tools, because right then they can't think of their tools. They cannot think of their tools of how can they help themselves. They just want to feel better. They don't want to be feeling this feeling anymore. So give them words of encouragement. Remind them of their tools that they have in their arsenal that they can use, and they're going to get through this just fine. Use words of encouragement. Again, be patient. It's not going to happen just because you're saying nice stuff. They're going to feel better. It's going to take time. They might not even feel better. They might fall asleep. They might just knock out. That's a lot of emotions being coming out of their body right there. Okay? It's a lot. Be patient, okay? Don't try to tell them to stop or feel better. Don't try to tell them what to do. Don't try to say, come on, we got to go. We got to do this. No, if you need to sit in that place until they are ready to get up and go, then you stay there. This is all about supporting your friend who's having a panic attack. This is what it takes, okay? Their body is in fear mode and they don't trust anyone. Even if you're their go-to person, they don't trust anyone. It's not their mind, it's their body. It's a shutdown. So just be patient, encouraging. Just being there is enough. When it's over, just let them know that you understand that it was a scary experience and that you're there just to be there, right? Listen to them. If during this panic or anxiety attack, they use words, if they use words, you listen to those 2 words or 3 words that they're going to give you, because listen, their body is not going to be able to come up with words. If they use words and they say something like, help me, I'm here with you. You're going to be okay. I'm here with you. If they say, I can't breathe, you're breathing, honey. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep it simple. You got this. You got this. And you listen to what they're telling you. What they're telling you is important, because those are the only 2 words they could have got out, and they're in danger mode. They're in danger mode and they're throwing you a rope. Say, help me out of this. So listen to those 2 words or 3 words, okay? And you feed on those words. I'm here. You're going to be okay. Okay? Those words are important that they're going to be using, because it's going to be hard for them to get words out. And the last thing is just be understanding, right? Just be understanding and be patient. And through that, you guys will be okay. I hope that was helpful, right? So I'm going to end it with, to be supportive and let them know that we'll all be okay. I want to let you guys know it will all be okay. Everything is better when you don't have to do it alone. Everything. Everything is better when you don't have to do it alone. And I'm here to tell you guys, you don't have to do it alone. If you need support, we have our links up in our bio. There's a Facebook Messenger link. There's a Discord link. And there's an Instagram link. There's a TikTok link as well. But we do respond a lot to our Discord. If you guys need to reach out because you need some help, we are here to support you. Please reach out by messaging us either on Messenger or message us on Discord. And if you cannot get a hold of us, please feel free to call a crisis line. Call a crisis line. They're very supportive. They're very helpful. And everything is confidential. Everything is going to be okay. The holidays is not just about gifting. And, well, gifting is about understanding and being patient, right? It's giving. It's a season of giving. So if we were able to give you guys something that will be able to make you happy through the holidays and make it easier for you, we are here for it. Do not forget to smash the subscribe button. Please like this video by smashing the thumbs up underneath. That lets us know that you're being very supportive and that we're doing the right thing. We're on the right track here. Listen, super thanks. It's the only way we can survive these busy streets of YouTube these days, guys. Someone took away stuff for us. It's the only way we can survive these busy streets of YouTube. Super thanks. Don't forget to support the channel with a super thanks. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. We hope you have a mentally safe space during the holidays. If you don't have one, we would love to provide one for you. Lover Toy Pups 4 is here for you. Thank you, everyone. And this was my scribbles. Listen, it was just scribbles. But I feel so good right now. I can add maybe... Let me see if this is... Oh, it's purple again. It's purple. We're going to add some hearts, right? Even if you just do hearts, it looks like scribbles, but you know it's hearts, right? You know it's hearts. Coming together. Look at that. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, that was orange again. I went to orange and, you know, they say colors, they speak a lot about your emotions. And I picked some very bland color. Where we are in Canada, it is raining today. I feel really proud of myself for accomplishing this video. We were procrastinating, but we took our own advice that we just gave you guys, and we were feeling anxiety about it as well, but we took the same advice that we gave you guys right now and just do it. Listen, You are the only one that stands in the way of you. And can you do it? We believe you can. So keep on being you. Keep on being unique. Keep on being yourself, because guess what? You are enough.